Hi there, and welcome. I am Stíofán Séamus, and I am a spiritual healer and advisor, and an intuitive reader. As we live our lives, Spirit guides us to and through life situations that can be difficult to understand. It's up to us to decide if we will follow the path that the Creator has set before us, or ignore all the signs and wonders that this universe has to offer. Sometimes we are presented with life situation where we need further guidance or healing to get through it. As a spiritual advisor and a master Reiki healer, I connect with Source and channel messages and healing specifically for you and your highest good. Having love life issues? Let's talk and see what Spirit would want you to know about the situation right now. Emotional issues? Maybe you are in need of a Reiki session so that we can channel universal life energy to help you realign. Or maybe you are debating a career move and need to know if now is time to make that move, or even what is going on with your career. Through our Spirit's mutual understanding, we can seek out those answers. So message me on Facebook Messenger now to get in line for your reading today. And actually, you don't even have to message me on Facebook Messenger. You just do it there in the chat, and we'll get you all set up. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. Well, hello. What a wonderful, beautiful, awesome day. I don't know. I got some things on my mind. And it's just really kind of out there with everything that's going on. I wanted to bring up a couple of things today that I am kind of skimming over, looking into some of it I'm going to be using in shows to come. Some of it I'm going to be using in my interpretation. But I wanted to introduce a couple of things today before I got into the archangel message for the day. So what we're doing is I have a couple of documents here. One of them is quite lengthy, but there's a reason behind it. And so, which the original document itself isn't all that long. The original document is 81 what's called chapters, but it's not even 81 pages. But the entire document printed out with all of its entirety, which by law I had to print out, and so that I had the proper references and stuff. It's a translation, English translation of the Tao Te Ching, which is basically the book of the way. Tao meaning the way. And this is a minimalist translation, so it's very concise, and so on. But and this will probably not be the only one that I happen to get, but I've been kind of interested in reading and getting into it, and trying to pull from its wisdom. But the Tao Te Ching, like I said, that's it right there. It's a good half-inch thick, printed on front and back. But it's just right off the top. I mean, there are some anyways, I'm gonna, like, the first line of the first chapter is I'm going to replace the word Tao for way. And it says, the way that can be spoken of is not the ever-constant way. Heck, I'll just read the full chapter. The name that can be named is not the ever-constant name. That which is without name is the beginning of heaven and earth. That which possesses a name is the mother of the 10,000 creatures. Therefore, always without desire, thus you observe its subtle mystery. Always possessing desires, thus you observe its external appearances. These two, they arise from the same source, but have different names. This sameness is called their deep mystery. Deep mysteries, and again, deep mysteries. The gateway of many subtle mysteries. So, it's Chinese sage advice from Lao Tzu. But there are some things in here like that you got to kind of work through it a little bit. And this is not going to be the only translation that I get, but it's the only one that I can find just like that. The next bit of, or the next document, excuse me, and I should have put this information in the description. I will try to remember whenever the stream is over to put the information in there. But you can find this at www.gutenberg.org. It's the Project Gutenberg ebook of Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. And you can go in there and just kind of give it a scan, look over, print it off, whatever. As for my personal use. Savannah Overton. Yes, you may have a reading. I'm finishing up a little pre-segment here, and then I'm going to go into the collective. And then after the collective, I will get into doing readings in chat. The next document that I wanted to bring up today is called Christian Reflections on Tarot. This is I had to manually go through and make this, but this is what I would say is a Christo-pagan person. But they tried to reach out and bring meaning, bring Christian meaning into the tarot cards, which, if you know anything about the Rider-Waite deck, it has several signifiers of Christian tradition in them. But anyways, I'm interested to see what he's got going on here. I've kind of looked at some of it, and some of it I kind of get where he's coming from. And the reason why I pulled this one is because I myself am wanting to try to come up with a way to make this connection. And I'm like him. I know that there's a bunch of opposition from both sides saying that, oh, you don't need to mix the two don't mix, or all of this. But, I mean, the way I see it is the divine has put a tool here for us to use, made by somebody. Whether that tool was made by a Christian or a pagan or an atheist, it can still be used for good. So, this is kind of just a self-study, but I probably will be pulling some ideas from it, and that might go into my interpretation a little bit, but it's not going to rule my interpretation. So those of you that have been following me and are afraid that it's going to take over my interpretation, it's not going to take over my interpretation. Don't think that. My interpretation is my interpretation. There's just, I would like to have other avenues to be able to pull from that people can relate to. And there are people in the church that are okay with tarot, that like to make these Christian connections. So, and I myself am a Christian affirmer. So, a follower of the way is actually what I call myself. Just because the name Christian has gotten such a bad reputation over the past 20 plus years. And so here we are. But anyways, Christian's Reflections on Tarot Weebly, that's WEEBLY.com. Like I said, I will do after the stream is over, put this information in the description on YouTube, and that stuff will be available for you all to click on and go to the websites and just kind of look up this stuff yourself. So, without further ado, in show preparation today, I sitting here and thinking about how I was going to get the cards from the Archangel deck to do the reading today, and I did a little bit different way this time, but I was following my heart. I was following the guidance of spirit, if you will. And so what we've came up with today is this. So I hope that this is something that really touches you and inspires you today. The first card that was drawn is Passion. And this is from Archangel Haniel. And Haniel says, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. Well, there's so the angels, they can they can be a little sarcastic sometimes, but then they end up being serious as well. And this is, in my view, Haniel kind of being sarcastic but serious. So seriously sarcastic. In saying to trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career. And yet here we are in America anyways. People are without jobs, or they're this or they're that or whatever. But I kind of find it a little it kind of makes me chuckle a little bit. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that you have this talking about following the renewed passion and career, and it's like, oh gosh, what? But I actually want to go ahead and play off of that, and I'm being led to, because here's the realness of it, okay? So how many people were really down on themselves about their work, their job, their career, their whatever, before any of this started? But now we're in a spot where a lot of people don't. The jobs are just, they're not. And it's not that they're gone and that they're going to be gone forever. It feels like that, they might be. It may come down to that at a point in time, sometime in the future, but I don't believe that it will. No, don't hear me out whenever I say this. I'm not saying that it's going to happen where we don't have these jobs that we had before. We will. It's just going to take time. But how many people are going to be even more grateful for their job? Or people that weren't grateful for their job in the first place, finding renewed passion for a job that they had before. Or maybe is somebody that used to work in health field, stopped working in the health field, and went to work somewhere else. That place has stopped and now has picked back up into the health field, and now are finding renewed passion in their career. Also, the thought of the renewed passion in our love life. I think many of us take our relationships very for granted. And though right now we kind of had the time to grant that thought and see that necessity of our relationships, we could be getting to a point now where we're starting to take them for granted again, because we've been around these people for this time. And so it's one of these things that, okay, it's been a good thing to be able to spend time with family, but is it getting to be too much of a good thing where we're starting to take for granted again? And we've lost that passion again for our love life. So both of those take us to the next card, which is take back your power. And this is Archangel Raziel, who says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. So I'm talking about power, God-given power, and then talking about that passion, okay? Renewing that renewed passion of driving ourself to this, to be the person that we should be in career and in relationships, not only with our romantic partners, but family and human to human. We feel this sense of urgency coming and just seeming to take a lot of control over our life. And not our own control, but us losing our control. And we've had to become okay with things. And we don't like that. Becoming okay with losing control is the last thing that we really want to do. So we come to a crossroads where we have to make a decision of we are either going to continue to let ourselves lose control, or we take back our power. And this taking back power ultimately gives us the thought to be able to move forward and bring positive feelings for our higher self. What is it? At the end of the day, we really are trying to better our higher self. But it takes practice. So how do we come to a place of taking back control? And I believe that this next card really helps in bringing that out. Brandon Smiley, yes, you can have a reading. You'll be second in line. The last card for the collective and the archangel message is clairvoyance. This is Raziel again. And Raziel saying, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. What areas in your life have you lost control of that you no longer see heavenly love? Is looking for heavenly love a part of your spiritual journey? Because it's all about the spiritual journey. If you don't have the spiritual journey down, the physical journey makes it all the harder. So what can we do to awaken our spiritual sight so we can see fully and clearly heavenly love? My advice here is a loving kindness meditation. I remember my first experience with loving kindness. I was not fully prepared. The first experience of loving kindness meditation. But I needed it. It's helped me move on. But what loving kindness meditation does for you is it helps you to visualize these people, certain people in your life that you love or that you're just kind of meh about, or that you have some strong deep-seated feelings for. And it allows you to look at those people in your mind's eye and wrap them in heavenly light, in a loving light. When we do that, and I say it was my first time doing it. I mean, it took me a couple of times doing it before it really hit me. But when we do that, we are changing our mind. And training our spirit to reactivate. So let's take back our power. So that we can trust and follow our renewed passion in our love life and career. And doing that through heavenly love. Thank you. Okay, well, that went a little longer than I expected, but things don't go as we expect them to a lot of the times, but you know, you go however you go, right? So, Savannah from YouTube, you were first. There's my donation menu. If you don't have the funds to get a bigger reading, I will do the readers special at no cost. A donation is requested, but not required. There you go. That was the word. Requested, not required. So, Savannah, if you're on, just say hey, and we'll get started here. And let me know what kind of reading you would like to have. Well, I am not showing that she is on. So, Brandon, if you are on Facebook, let me know and I will start with you. If you would like to do something deeper than my reader special, which is a 3-card spread, but it's not like a past, present, future. It's a loose interpretation. I have a PayPal account, and you can send the donation there. Oh, you're wanting the 10-card Celtic Cross? Yeah, it's preferred. The 10-card Celtic Cross gives the most information. It takes about an hour. Yeah, there should be a link in the description to the PayPal. Should be paypal.me/Guide of the Light. Hello, Kevin Offit. Good to see some Facebook people coming in. All right, give me just a second here. It should be. I don't know. Try it again. I just clicked on it and it came up for me. Savannah, I was going to do your reading and I called out and you didn't answer whenever I asked for you. So I will get to you after Brandon. He's getting a 10 card reading, so it'll probably be about an hour. Yeah, you can come back. I mean, as long as you're back before I'm done with him, I'll get you in line, but you'll have to be here whenever I'm done. No, I get it, but I don't do just like draw a card off the top. That's odd, Brandon, because it's coming up on my phone. Huh. Okay, well. All right, Brandon. And if you want to go to YouTube, the link to the YouTube channel is on the description as well. And you go there and subscribe to the channel. And oh, Facebook payment. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I can do the Facebook payments thing too. I wasn't even thinking about that. If I can ever get to where I can do super chat on YouTube, it would make things a lot easier too. And I could do Facebook payments and YouTube super chat. But as of right now, I'm not that big. But yes, if there's anybody on Facebook right now that's watching, please go to my YouTube channel and like, share, and subscribe there. And be more than happy to have you on board. Don't forget to click the little bell notification thing. I got several videos on there from past readings and past live shows. And I am trying to expand that as I can with every reading that I do and so on. So we are streaming today to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Periscope. This Savannah person, see if you will just wait, if people will just have patience, you know, but it is what it is, I guess. So, I'm going to guess he's probably not going to come back. So, anyways, not today anyways. Is there anybody else that would like to have a reading? Well, I guess I'm going to sit around for a little bit. Y'all can listen to some music. So, I hope everyone is doing well, enjoying the music. I don't know what's going on with the PayPal thing, but I think it's fixed. But I don't know. Anyways, I do have somebody that said that they want to get one done, and they came in right as the show started, and I wasn't able to get to them right away because, well, I have an order that the show goes in, and you know, I am more than happy to do a reading for someone, but whenever I call on you, I expect you to be there, and if you're not there, then I'm going to move on. So, anyways, it is what it is. We're at where we're at. And hey, no hard feelings, really. I mean, really. I want to put that there. But, gosh, guys, come on. Have some patience. Because then whenever I went to the next person in line, because that's what I do, I'm not going to sit here and wait on you. Then they come on asking if I could answer the question, and I'm like, well, I called for you and you wasn't here. So, don't get upset with me if you're not here and you don't get your question answered. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I got to keep the show moving. And now, because of some technical errors, I'm having to wait around on this individual, which is not a bad thing. There may be somebody come in between now and then that wants a reading, and that's fine. But don't come in expecting me to be just, oh, here's my question, and then expecting me to just like that come up with an answer. That's not how I roll. That's not how I read. And to be honest about it, from this point forward today, I am not going to be concerned about it. Anyways, I'm just rambling because I don't got nothing to do, and I'm waiting on this other person to come back because they couldn't be patient. And I can't, I'm going to try not to let that interfere with my reading. Can't say that I'm not going to let it interfere. I can say that I'm going to try not to. That'll be a more correct statement. So, anyways, I'm going to turn the music back up. I know it's a whole segment here that's just basically all music. But it definitely wasn't quite my intention. But, you know, technical issues happen. So, we'll get through it. Anyways, I hope this person that was up first, this Savannah Overton, does come back here in about it's about 20 minutes or so, I think. Or I guess it's a little less than that, but anyways, hopefully she'll come back and we'll do a reading for her. And then we'll just kind of feel out the rest of the night and see how things are feeling with that and so on. And just kind of go from there, I guess. So, anyways, going to get back to the music here, and we'll wait around for Savannah to come back, and then we'll get started. I got about maybe 10 minutes. She said she'd be here about 25 till, and it's about 25 after. So about 10 minutes, maybe she'll be back on here, and we'll get Miss Savannah a reading. And maybe that will kind of kick off our night. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Of course, I had a long night last night. Guys, I was on here for 4 hours. I had a 4-hour show last night. Okay? So that equated to, gosh, I don't know. I think it was 8. I think it was, about 8 readings is what I got out of that, which is great. That's great. I'm happy for that. That's great. So as time goes, we see how things do, and see where our good days are and where our bad days are, and some days are going to be off days and all this. But anyways, sorry, didn't mean to cut out your music there. Yesterday was a pretty good day, a good reading day. Had a good group on, good group of people on. Had several good readings. And it's just was really good. That's about all that I can say for it. I hate that Mr. Smiley's reading we wasn't able to get to because of the issue with getting PayPal to work, but then we both thought of something, which was to do the Facebook payments. And so but as an afterthought, you just got to do what you got to do. So anyways, I'm happy about yesterday. Yesterday ended up being a good day for readings and just overall good chat and stuff. A lot of love reading. We'll sign off there for the night, and then more than likely, see you back tomorrow, same time, same place, 10:45 Central Daylight Savings Time. Haha, not standard. We're not standard anymore. We're daylight savings. Yes, we are. Haha. Okay, but anyways, no, really. 10:45 Central, and we'll get to try and be a little bit more efficient. Every time that we do this, we find something else that makes us just that much more efficient. And so that we're working on the show every day to make it look and sound and be better for you and for me and just everybody. So anyways, yeah, awesome. Oh, and the beats, background music that you're hearing is from a YouTuber, Harris Heller, and it's a playlist called Stream Beats, and he's just got some cool jazzy lo-fi music that it just kind of fits, man. It fits, and I like it, and I've had some compliments on it, so we'll probably continue to use that. There was some music that I was using before that's pretty good too, but I needed something, I don't know, something with more of a fresh feel. But anyways, that's what's going on there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I see another individual come on. So if you are on and you are here and watching, so just shout out to me and say hi. I got one person that I'm waiting on to come on in about 3 minutes or so, unless that is you. Say hi anyways, and we'll get to doing that. Anyways, I'm going to switch this over back to the music for a little bit, flip it over to the intro screen, and let you all just kind of chill out for a little bit until I hear the person that's getting a reading here. So, have fun. Okay, so Savannah should be coming on any moment, and we're going to give her a little bit of time to get here, but we're going to hang out here, and oops. If she's not on by, I'm going to give her about 10 or 15 minutes. So if she's not on by 10 or 15 minutes, or I don't have another reader, another request for reading by then I think we're going to wrap this one up. I am so not happy that I wasn't able to get that reading for Brandon, but hopefully we'll be able to get him going on another show, and that will be a good read there, because he's wanting a 10 card Celtic Cross. So we will see what happens there. But anyways, I'm going to give her till about quarter till, or maybe 10 till, to get on and see if she shows up here. So we're just going to chill out for a little bit here. going to give her about 5 more minutes before I'm going to call it a night. So if there is somebody else that is on here that would like to have a reading, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. But anyways, yeah. I'm here. Yeah, so 5 more minutes, and then we're going to go into wrapping this up. Okay, well, seeing as Savannah has not returned, we're going to go ahead and move to the last segment of the show. And it's really sad too, man. I mean, I didn't like really mean to be the way that I was or whatever, but guys, y'all gotta realize that this isn't just boom and it's done, okay? And I know that there's not anybody watching, or there's hardly anybody watching, but this is like a job, okay? And if you're coming to me and asking for a reading, it's like going to the doctor. And a doctor, you know, they will see you, but they will see you in time. And you have to be patient. Now, I am running basically a walk-in clinic for tarot readings. I do take appointments. I haven't had any appointments, but I do take appointments. And this is kind of, I guess, really like the second etiquette talk I've had to have in 2 days. Yesterday I had to have an etiquette talk as well. And so, anyways, I'm not going to, I may end up making a video sometime tomorrow and talk about online tarot card reader etiquette. And I mean, but I don't know what else to say, how else to do, or whatever. But anyways, be respectful to one another and yourself. And I think that that is the thing that I could leave you with tonight, is that to be respectful to one another and yourself. Because you see, it's not merely enough to be just respectful to those around you, or just respectful to yourself. And whenever I say respectful, I mean coming from a place of love and understanding and forgiveness. And I struggle with it. And I know you do too. And it's understandable. But I send to you peace, love, joy, and happiness. And as a guide of the light, I challenge you to live your life in a way that is for the betterment of humanity. In light and love, Stíofán Séamus, Guide of the Light. Peace.